Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run, and I'm here with Harry Myles. Can you give us your title at Adidas? Because you guys have some long titles.
I can. I'm the Director of Footwear Innovation at Adidas for running, trail, and also football.
All right, that one wasn't so bad. I mean, it's just all the sports at the end that gets you. So we have a storied past with the Prime X. We've had our ups and our downs, and here we go with the Prime X3. And I have to say, again, this looks like a promising shoe. Can you walk me through it?
I can. Yeah, it's one we're really excited about. It's completely different from the Prime X Strung. Every component is different. Starting from the top, we have a new strung recipe. What's really cool about strung is you can place the fibers and you can tune exactly where you need the fibers to be, either for reinforcement or for breathability, which you can also see throughout the length of the upper. But of course, we didn't come in to talk about just the upper on a Prime X. We have still that race illegal 50 millimeters of Light Strike Pro in the heel, and we have 44 in the forefoot. So actually, the forefoot of a Prime X is taller than the rear foot of a Pro 4, which is kind of cool.
That's kind of cool.
We have 3 layers of our new Light Strike Pro formulation, and they're all slightly different from each other. They've all been tuned to do the right job. We have this top layer, which is the softest and also the lightest compound. We then have a reinforcing plate, which sits directly under that one. And what that's doing is that's making sure that we distribute all of the weight from the person who's running in it over that nice, soft, lightweight piece of Light Strike Pro. We then have the middle piece, this yellow puck, which sits here, which is also tuned to be very, very soft, but also provide the most amount of energy return. Underneath there, we go back to our energy rods. So we have this combination of a plate and energy rods, and this foam, which is trapped in the forefoot, is kind of it's like a leaf spring. And what we're trying to do is make sure we squish that as much as we can to store as much energy and then return as much energy as possible. And then at the bottom, we've got the most dense, but it's still not a very dense piece. It's still significantly lighter than the previous generation of Light Strike Pro. And that's going from the heel all the way to the forefoot. And I think what that's going to do is it's going to balance the shoe out a little bit better. Some of the feedback we got from Prime X2 was it was a little bit forefoot heavy. So what we've done is we've made sure that the shoe is a lot more balanced, and the inertia of the shoe is a lot more balanced, so that at the end of a training session or the end of a very fast tempo run, you're not trying to pick up the forefoot, which is significantly heavier. It's coming in at 275 grams, which for a race illegal 50 millimeter stack height shoe is, we hope, going to be really competitive. Unfortunately, I haven't worn it yet, but everybody who wears it doesn't want to give it back, and I think that's probably the best endorsement that we could possibly give to it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you mentioned a couple things, and we kind of wanted to clarify this. When you say illegal for someone who's going to podium and maybe take first place, but for your average runner, if this shoe's comfortable, there's no problem with you wearing it during a marathon.
Certainly not. No, if you wear it at your local park run, there might be some people who don't like it, but it's definitely it's definitely a good choice. But yeah, for World Athletics regulations, if you were to race in it in a race and you're an athlete and you podiumed, you wouldn't be allowed to stand on there with the shoe. No.
All right. So we love the Pro 4 foam. I'm really excited to see this. It does feel lighter in the hands. You mentioned it in grams. We'll check it out and put it in ounces on the little tag there for our US Imperial people. But the other thing I noticed here was this plate it used to be somewhat of a flat taco plate. The power rods, why did it switch to the power rods?
It's a good question. We strongly believe that having energy rods makes the shoe better. What the energy rods do that we're really proud of, and also why we use them in most of our racing shoes, is they give pretty much complete front to back, so we call it longitudinal bending stiffness. But on a shoe that is quite tall, what we also really appreciate is they deflect differently from lateral to medial. So when you're landing on the lateral side, the shoe isn't transitioning to the medial as quickly as if we were going to use a plate, and actually the lateral can completely deform separately from the medial side.
Like an independent suspension?
Exactly, like an independent suspension. From the side, they are in one plane, but yeah, it gives us that flexibility, like your foot naturally would, to land a bit more gradually. We hope people will appreciate that as well in the Prime X3 Strung.
All right, this is awesome. I'm pretty excited about this one, especially with the weight loss and some of the tuning that you're doing. I know we got really hyped up on the last one, so I don't want to get too excited and get people going, but I'm really excited to try this shoe, and if it's everything that you say it is, I think we're gonna have a winner here. When is this release?
The release date for this one will be July 1st.
Awesome, and what's the price?
The price is $300.
All right, and why does this stick out in the back?
That sticks out of the back, firstly, to make sure everybody knows that there's a lot of tech inside the shoe. You'll see it transition across quite a lot of the Adizero models that we're releasing in the near future. We have a little message written on the back of it which says buy, which, it's at the back. People will see it when you're outpacing them, and they'll be they'll
like
be trying to catch
goodbye,
up.
not purchase.
No, it's goodbye.
Okay, you can buy it too. But all right, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
We
Thank you.
appreciate the rundown, Harry.
All good.
All right.